guys, it's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be doing the match analysis from the match yesterday between Barcelona and Paris Saint-Germain, where Paris Saint-Germain beat Barcelona 4-1 at the Camp Nou, virtually knocking them out of the Champions League. Another humiliation on the cards. Hasn't even been 24 hours since the match ended yet, so I'm still in depression season, so bear with me in this video. And to be honest, this won't be a match analysis video in the sense of me looking in depth into stats and all that sort of stuff. I'm just going to be talking about the quotes from Ronald Koeman and two other players, and then get into my opinions on everything that happened last night. And of course, we're going to mention the Gerard, Pique, and Antoine Griezmann incident. Then after that, I'm just going to give you guys my opinion on everything with Barcelona and what's going to be next for Barcelona in the future. Before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button. Let's try to get to 200 likes on this video. It'd be very much appreciated. And of course, hit that subscribe button, and let's get into it. Let's start off by reminding you guys the starting lineup on the night. It was Ter Stegen in goal, Des Pique, Longdot, Gerard, De Jong, Sergio Busquets, Pedri, Dembele, Messi, and Antoine Griezmann. On the bench, of course, he did bring on Pjanic, Braithwaite, Ricky Puig, Trincao, and Oscar Mingueza. Let's take a look at the covers of the main Catalan newspapers from last night. Mundo Deportivo coming out saying Mbappe runs riot, and Sport come out saying Mbappe crushes Barca. Let's take a look now at the SofaScore full-time player ratings. Of course, you have the team rating in the bottom left-hand corner with a total of 6.52, which is pretty poor on the night. Ter Stegen with 6.3, Des, Lenglet, and Jordi Alba all getting a 6.0 on the night, and Gerard, Pique getting nearly a 7.0, getting a 6.9 on the night, which should be embarrassing for the other defenders. Literally, Pique has been out for 86 days, and on his first game back against one of the top teams in the world, still puts in a better performance than all the other players that have been playing for a few months. In the midfield, you have De Jong with a 6.5, Pedri with a 6.8, and Sergio Busquets with a 6.4. Up front, Dembele with a 6.3, Griezmann with a 7.0, and Lionel Messi with a 7.6. Again, this is another case of the team not helping Messi. Messi comes up in the game, puts in a performance, and the whole team just performs like absolute crap. And the surprising thing for me after this game is that Rack 1 actually gave their man of the match to Mark on the Ter Stegen. Just shows how weak the performance was from the other 10 men. Let's get now to Ronald Koeman's post-match press conference reaction and the match reaction of two other players. The two other players were Antoine Griezmann and Frenkie de Jong. Keep in mind, we just got, destroyed at the Camp Nou, so the interviews are obviously very, very short because the players just want to get out of there, just say a few words. So keep that in mind. Let's get in and see what they all had to say. Let's start off with Frenkie de Jong. He started by saying that in the Champions League, it will be very difficult. We have a game in the Copa del Rey coming up where there's also essentially the same problem. At the beginning of the game, we were good. Then they beat us. Things are complicated in both now the Champions League and the Cup. I think we were pretty good at the beginning of the game, but in the second half, they were just much better on the light. They just asked, is it possible to make a comeback in both games, or will it have to be in one of the games, or, what are your thoughts on that? He said that there's always a solution to every problem. Let's get in now to Antoine Griezmann. Let's see what he had to say. He starts by saying that PSG on the night were superior. It wasn't our best game. We had our chances in the game, but we didn't take them. We will go to Paris not for a vacation, but to win the game. To be honest, man, just bring your PlayStation and you and Dembele can have a fun time in the hotel because we ain't winning nothing. They just asked about the performance of Mbappe on the night. He said that Mbappe, I believe that PSG have a very good future star on their hands who will be on the same level as Leo and Cristiano. He truly had a great match tonight. Let's get now to Ronald Koeman's post-match press conference reaction. Of course, he is the manager and his opinion matters the most. Let's get and see what he had to say. Started by saying that in the second half, they have been superior. They had been very effective. The first half was more even, but in the second half, we had problems, and they have proven to be superior to us in both with the ball and the physical aspect of the game. We have to improve things, and we knew this from the beginning that this could happen to us. Their team is just ahead of us overall. Having lost 4-1 at home, there are very few options to come back. You have to be realistic. I'm going to have to criticize Koeman here a bit because I hate the fact that he says that, look, if we're being realistic, we're probably not going to come back. I hate how the manager doesn't back the team to make a comeback here. We all know it's not going to happen, but at least back your team. This is the one thing about Koeman. He's very, very real, and he's very, very stubborn. They just asked about the performance of Gerard Pique on the night. He said that Pique has shown that he was fine because he was able to play without any discomfort. But with the result going the way it was not necessary to risk him for full 90 minutes. And today we have shown that we lack things at the best level, especially at the Champions League level. God, that hurts so much to hear from your manager, man. Like, it actually really, really hurts. With the 1-0, we had a very clear chance with Dembele, but then we started to have problems and they were superior. I don't think it's a blow. We are on a path to change things. He followed up talking about, the young players in the squad, saying that I'm convinced we will get to that level, but it can't be done in 2 months. We have to strengthen from positions and continue to use the La Masia. There's still a long way to go, but we can do it. We will get there together. Today we played, Des, who's 19 years old, with Pedri, who is already at a very, very good age. But I promise you that Pedri in 5 years will be much better than any PSG midfielder that played today. You just have to be patient. Big words from Koeman there from his post-match reaction. Of course, he's saying, look, we are just a team in progression. This is a transition year. We can't expect, to win the UCL, all that sort of stuff. But it is embarrassing the fact that we did lose 4-1 at the Camp Nou. And with this loss now, we've now lost back-to-back games in the UCL for the first time in history, both of them losing by 3 goals. After this match, there were reports coming out saying that Koeman's future is unclear because there is supposed to be a new president on March the 7th. Now, a lot of people have been asking me, should we sack Koeman or should we, stick with him for another season, all that sort of stuff. For me, I have to agree, Koeman's future is still in the air. We don't know if he's the right man for this job. Of course, 1 minute he shows promising signs, the next minute he's hugging, the PSG players and smiling with them and giving them kisses after they just battered us at home 4-1, which I don't like. Then it brings the question, what's the difference between him and Setien? Of course, Setien came in, did the same thing, changed some things, had some poor performances, showed some promising signs, then got sacked after 8-2. And Ronald Koeman has now been in the job for 7 months and he had 3 humiliations. Juventus at home 3-0. Super Cup, I don't really count that as a humiliation, but like it was a very, very big defeat up from a very, very poor performance from the set pieces. And of course now this battering at PSG at home. I think his future is still unclear for sure. A lot of people are saying look back him. He hasn't had a transfer window where he can sign players. He's still in the transition period. He's still, trying to embed all the La Masia, all that sort of stuff. For me, at the end of the day, Koeman has been given a very, very difficult job, but I think he's doing the best with what he has. Let's talk about now the big incident that happened between Griezmann and Gerard Pique. Of course, it's currently 1-1 in the game. We just conceded a corner and Pique was complaining to the team saying, we're just holding the ball up for no reason. Let's start working, let's start getting more possession, all that sort of stuff. Griezmann told him, hey, calm down, because, he was kind of swearing a bit. Then Pique swearing, how can I calm down? We're suffering, we're running around like idiots. They have the ball. Come on, let's do this. And then Along got into conversation saying, yo, calm down, guys. Let's focus on this corner kick that's just about to happen in like the next 5 seconds. For me, personally, this raises big concerns about the squad. Are they really united? Are they not? Because if you're yelling on a corner kick at 1-1, what's happening after the game in the dressing room? It's just causing for big concern. I know Pique just came back in the squad. Maybe he's not, with the squad as much as he was. But of course, Pique is a big, big leader in the dressing room. So this has a cause of concern for me for sure. You have, 2 star players in the Barcelona team yelling at each other in the middle of the game. And it's not, nice and, yelling. It's, angry yelling too, and this is at 1-1. This is the problem with me. This is at 1-1. So you have a lot of swearing coming at these players. They're not really, communicating well. And people are saying in the press that, look, oh, this team is very, very united. Are they really? I'm not too sure. Just to end off this video, I want to talk about what is next for Barcelona. Of course, there's a lot of things happening around the football club at the moment. Of course, we just suffered another humiliation. That's now 4 in a row in the UCL. You had Rome in 2018. Liverpool in 2019, Bayern Munich in 2020, and now we're not even 2 months into 2021, and we already have a humiliation in the Champions League against PSG. What Barcelona need right now is to get a president in. There's no one running this club at the moment. Koeman is literally the boss of this whole club. Get Laporta in as soon as we can. I know I back Victor Font in my videos, but for me, button Victor Font, we need someone with experience. We need someone who knows the club inside and out. This is not the time now to risk something on a new project. We are just in desperate need of someone to actually run this club. I think Laporta is an excellent option for that. And of course, there are so many things that we have to fix at this club. Humiliations left, right, and center. The mentality of this team is at an all-time low. For me, we just have to sell everyone. We are at a point where we can't compete with the mental state when we're in a big game. And like I said before in the Koeman press conference, this is now the 3rd time this season where we have suffered a big defeat. Of course, again, Juventus at home, 3-0. All we had to do in that match was not lose by 3 goals. We could have won the match, drawn the match, lost the match 2-1 or 2-0 or whatever. Just don't lose by 3 goals, and we did that. And you know why? Because the players all knew that going into the game, like saying, yo, if we lose this 3-0, we're going to go 2nd place and probably get, PSG, Bayern Munich, or Liverpool. And now, of course, Juventus is going to be playing today Porto. That should have been us. But, it is what it is. And, of course, the Super Cup. The Super Cup was a big, big indication of the team's mental state. We beat Real Sociedad and Pedri shootout. It looks like the team were united. Boom, another big defeat in the Super Cup. Of course, the team with performance on the night wasn't that bad. But, of course, the defense, again, was just absolutely shocking. And we conceded 2 the same set pieces. And, again, we conceded the same set piece in this PSG game as well. It's just all over the place. After that, we're like, you know what, maybe the team's going to come back together. And then, boom, we suffer another one at PSG. For me, personally, when the new person comes in, the first thing he's going to have to look at is the defense. The defense is just absolutely shite. Busquets, I love him. Absolute legend of the club. For me, he should not be playing these big games anymore. Don't play him against PSG in the UCL. Don't play him against Sevilla in the Copa del Rey. Should be playing Athletic Bilbao in the Super Cup. You want to start out at home against Alves or Elche or Cadiz or maybe away at those games. That's fine. But big games, home and away, Busquets should not be starting. But I still think he's at the level to be a squad player. Lenglet, he's just dead, man. Get rid of him. He's just not good enough. We saw him at Anfield, he was trash. Bayern Munich, he was shite. And now we saw him against PSG, he's just poor. I don't think Lenglet is good enough now at this point. Of course, we did see him do well with Pique in that 18-19 season, but now he's just total crap. Get rid of him. I'm tired of him. Pique, I think the same thing goes for Busquets as Pique. Pique shouldn't be playing the big games. He maybe should play in those lesser games. But Pique, he's a big leader in the back of the line, so we're not too sure. But again, one of the things the president has to focus on is restructuring the defense. The defense has big problems. Same with Jordi Alba. He needs to go as well or take a lesser role because these older players are just done. That era of, La Masia with Pedro, Pique, Busquets, Jordi Alba, Messi, Puyol, Valdez, all that stuff. That era is done. That era is done. We have to move on from that. We have to trust the new La Masia players coming up. Ricky Puig, Alex Collado, Conrad, you have, young Pedri, young Dest, Ansu Fati. So those players we have to integrate into the squad and build that around Messi, which we'll get about Messi in a few seconds. And the other players have to sit on the bench, watch them, help them in training, and then come into those lesser games like Alaves or that sort of stuff, and help them perform. That's what it should be. The president has to really fix the defense, and of course get a striker as well. But the defense and the striker is the main thing the president has to focus on. And last but certainly not the least, the president has to focus on is the Lionel Messi situation. For me, Lionel Messi is about 80% out of Barcelona. I think he's, halfway through that door to leave Barcelona. Why would he want to stay? This team is shite. He wants to compete. He's at the end of his career. He is already the greatest player of all time. But he just wants, he wants to fight for trophies. He's a player who's grown up on being a winner. He's, putting in masterclass against United in the final, winning the league 100 points. And now he's, 10 points behind the league leaders, 2-0 down in the Copa del Rey semi-final, and 4-1 down in the round 16 of the Champions League. This is not Lionel Messi's level. His level is dominating a game, and he cannot carry this team on his back no more. His back has broken. He cannot do it anymore. Unless, I don't know how Laporta is going to keep him. Laporta's going to have to perform a miracle to keep him. But for me, if City offer him a contract, he's going to take it. Of course, PSG, if they were offering him a contract, they had to get rid of Mbappe. That situation is a bit more complicated, but for me, at this current moment, Messi is way closer to leaving Barcelona than staying. And if we want to keep it a Messi, we're going to have to change that. So that was my kind of aftermath reaction of the Barcelona PSG game, the 4-1 loss and another humiliation on the cards. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like. Again, please let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know your thoughts on the back line, who should go, who should stay. Of course, the fight between Griezmann and Pique is at the squad, showing that they're not really united. And of course, the Lionel Messi situation. And let me know what you think is next for Barcelona. What would you do if you were, the Barcelona president coming in? And of course, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Hopefully, we can get through this. I'm still in depression season. Probably gonna need another week to get out of it. But hopefully, I will power through it as we always do, because this is not, the first rodeo for us. But as always, lose, win, or tie. Barca till I die. Visca Barca e Visca Catalunya.